Hello everybody, my name is Michael Wright and this is the daily Elliottwave video. Today I'll just be covering majorly the Swiss crosses, as it appears that the Swiss across the board is lining up for some interesting price action as we head towards the end of the week, but more importantly really looking at the Swiss crosses as we kick off November, okay? So I want to place emphasis mainly on the Swiss yen, something I've been eyeing for quite some time, and one in which looks poised to play catch up, especially when looking at a lot of the other yen crosses. And what I mean by that, right now we have Swiss yen showing right now. This mark is just an alert because indeed I am looking for a break and close below this trend line support for shorts. Okay, so looking at the Swiss yen compared to the others yen crosses, let's look at Aussie yen. Already started making its down drift. Really a pair of light and day, right? And then for that, you could just also see it with Aussie Swiss, all right? But going back to that part, you have Swiss yen, which remains elevated, and looking at it on a daily chart, really in a class of its own. You have clear momentum divergence. You have a clear rising wedge. Okay, here, okay, clear rising wedge, clear momentum divergence. And then again, going back to, let's say, Aussie yen, already started making its down drift. Kiwi yen, you see it's starting to come under some pressure. Looking for Kiwi yen to come down into the 72 range. Interesting pair to say the least. Double top called it. So if you're in this pair, I would say stay there. Right now, I am not in the Kiwi yen for shorts, but I will look to re-enter if we could get any move back towards 82 later on in the week, or the beginning of next week. All right. But looking at other yen pairs, dollar yen. Once dollar yen makes a daily close below this triangle, then it opens up 91, followed by possibly 85. Okay, so a lot of downside. And then yen futures. Yen futures looking at 0.010. So here again, major moves topside, followed by 0.011. All right, but going back to Swiss yen, really looking to enter off of a 4-hour close below this trend line for shorts to really get some downside movement. Minus that, because now we're looking at the Swiss primarily to weaken, we could look at Swiss crosses across the board. Dollar Swiss here will need further development to enter a trade, but right now looking for 89.50. If it could, or just a test of the trend line, if it could test and then start breaking, just test, reject, and then break, I would like to trade the break and then look for targets towards 92. Could even get higher than that, as you see on the daily chart. Similar action as with Swiss yen, and that similar action is that momentum divergence. All right, so look for a bounce, another reject. Here you have another trend line, same trend line as the 4-hour. So a test, break, and then higher levels, looking for 92. So about 300 pips higher, but indeed, in my opinion, could get even deeper than that. All right. Meanwhile, from an extension standpoint on the dollar Swiss, okay, the 100% is not too far away. All right. You can even say that we tested it so far, but I do not rule out again a comeback towards that trend line, another move lower, let's say 88.70, 88.60, hit that level again before making a reversal, looking for higher levels. All right, you see that across the board though. You see that Euro Aussie, because obviously Swiss relates to the Euro. You see Euro Aussie, you see a clear divergence between those zones, okay? And in my opinion, it could even get higher than 92. Could even get towards 94, not even 95. All right, 88.20. clear A, B, C measured move, which could stay around for quite some time, but a break is one in which indeed we are looking for to get long. Meanwhile, looking at other Swiss crosses, we could look at, let's say, pound Swiss. Okay, pound Swiss, a tad bit different, but the idea set is the same. Looking for the Swiss to weaken. All right. A little bit nervous about pound Swiss, in which because pound dollar, we are bearish this pair. Okay, but in any case, though, the correlations have to align. Here we already tested topside resistance, so again another zone in which looking for longs. Okay, extension standpoint, there goes your 100%, which already been met, and a wick. All right, it will be clear on the daily, but same idea set. Other Swiss crosses, you can look at Kiwi Swiss. Bearish on the Kiwi dollar, but looking at the Kiwi Swiss, it could make moves higher. Seeing a double bottom thus far. Okay, double bottom can make a move, and then another sell off as the Kiwi dollar sells off. So it really appears Swiss yen, dollar Swiss are the clear favorites when looking at the Swiss crosses. CAD Swiss could also start to align up. It's in the 17 zone. When looking at RSI, is either for me divergence or above 80 or below 20. Okay, and exactly that's where we're at right now. This would have been a clear short when it broke this bottom side support. Didn't take it, but might have got it stopped out, because then would have actually connected wicks. This when it broke was actually just around 87. So this right here would have been a good trade. 87, 87, probably 80, and it broke down to the bottom side. But now you look for longs now. Okay, look for longs on the CAD Swiss, and then that will, so you have a clear channel to the downside. Okay, support zones. Yeah. Okay. So interesting developments on the Swiss crosses nonetheless. The clearest part is Swiss yen. Right, you can even see Swiss yen on a weekly, major divergence. So we'll look for and really swing a Swiss yen to the downside, and then also look to get into dollar Swiss. Two of the clearest setups thus far, and as price action develops, we'll go ahead and post setups in the trading room, and as well as Skype, the private Twitter feed, and also maybe even the public feed. We'll see how prices develop. I'm glad we got October finally behind us, or almost behind us, to the 24th. So one more day to the end of the week, and then mark the month ends on Thursday, and then look for November. Alright guys, cheers, good luck trading, and keep an eye on the Swiss yen.